Hey, Fresh Ghost Gaming fans, we're getting together for some Garage Hammer here at Mike's house. There's a Crossmaster or whatever kind of tournament going on at GS today, and with the baby in the house, we figured it's a little easier for Mike to be here to help out when necessary. So we're gonna get the grill fired up, do some dogs and stuff on the grill, and play a game of 40k. It seems like we're doing this an awful lot lately, but we're saying goodbye to codexes kind of at a record pace, which can be a good thing. In this case, today, we're actually going to say goodbye to the 6th edition Space Marine Codex. Apparently, Oscar's just decided to interrupt my video with an RC plane. Oscar, can you wait for a minute, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Anyway, we're gonna say goodbye to the 6th edition Space Marine Codex. All 4 of us who were playing in the game today ran out this morning to buy it at the Gamer Sanctuary or whatever hobby store happened to be closer to where we live. So we've all got it, and we're all going to be playing it. And I'll tell you what we're going to be playing with and who's going to be involved very shortly. All right, like I said, we're going to be saying goodbye to the 6th edition Space Marine book today. There's my new copy of it buried under all that stuff right there. Anyway, this is my 1,000-point army today. We're actually going to be playing a team game. There's going to be 3 Space Marine players versus 1 Xenos, and I'll let you guys. You can guess if you haven't already seen who's in the video, who we're going to be playing, who's going to be playing what. But I've got a Librarian with level 2 upgrade and an Auspex. He's going to be hitching a ride with 7 Stern Guard. There's 4 Combi Flamers, 2 Flamers, and a Power Fist in that unit. They're all on a drop pod. I have a Thunderfire Cannon. I have an Ironclad Dreadnought with Assault Launchers and 2 Heavy Flamers. I have 2 5-man Scout Squads with Heavy Bolters. No veteran upgrades, just bare bones. Very minimum troop choices for me. And fluff-wise, I have a Death Guard Dorado Dreadnought, who we're saying my Star Phantoms have revived. For those of you guys who don't know, he is part of my budding Horus Heresy era army. So I really wanted to use him today, just to say I've actually used it. It's the only thing I have for my Death Guard that is even close to fully painted. So here we are, 1,000 points. See what else the other guys have brought. All right, here we have a shot of Jeff's Astral Knights. They are very bike heavy, as you've seen before. He's got his captain on a bike with a Thunderhammer and a Storm Shield. One of the new things we noticed about the new Codex is that any HQ on a bike now unlocks bikes as troops, so that's pretty cool. That's a really nice boost for Jeff's army. He's got a Thunderfire Cannon also, a Vindicator, Dreadnought with last cannons and missile launchers, and 3 bike squads. This one's got a multi-melta attack bike and 2 melta guns. That one's got 2 grav guns. Or is it 3?
2 and a
combi. Excuse me, 2 and a combi, and then that one's got same thing, 2 and a combi and an attack bike also. There's the tech marine. All right, for the 3rd Space Marine player, we have Matt's Sons of Medusa list. A little different from what we normally see with him. No dreadnoughts. Drop pods are still kicking though. He's got a captain with Trader's Bane, the Tempered Helm, Combi Melta, and a Power Fist. He is with Stern Guard. They look like 2 Melta guns, or is that all Combi Meltas?
All Combi Meltas.
5 Combi Meltas. 6 Combi Meltas, excuse me, in a drop pod. 2 tactical squads with 7 guys in each. I'm trying to count 3, 4, 5, 8 guys in each. There's a plasma gun in each, right there. And then he has 2 Storm Talons. Looks like las cannons on one and heavy bolters on the other. All right, like I said, we got 3 Space Marines versus 1 Xenos, and this is what we're going to be playing against. 3,000 points worth of Hive Fleet Muggis.
Yeah, so I have my HQ is my Flying Hive Tyrant with double Devourers. I also have a Tyranid Prime with the Lash Rip and Bone Sword and Flesh Hooks.
That's the for those of you who've been following a lot of our bat reps for a long time, the last time we did a narrative campaign, that was Mike's character who just owned everybody.
Yeah. My troop choices, I have a brood of 9 Tyranid Warriors with Devourers and a Venom Cannon. I have 20 Gene Stealers with Toxin Sacks and a Broodlord. The new awesome model for the Broodlord.
Yeah,
I love it.
Sweet.
And then 20 Termagants and a Turvagon. Those are both troop choices. So all of this is troops. My HQ, I have an elite choice of a Malanthrope. He provides Shrouded for guys. I have a Lictor. That's an elite choice as well.
Painted by?
Painted by Dave Taylor. Amazing.
Very sweet. Awesome. Food Hammer donation last year.
Fast attack, I have 2 Hive Crones that are flying. I have a Dimacron that's going to be inside of this Tyrannocyte, which doesn't take up a 4-sword chart slot. I have in heavy 2 Exocrines, which are the plasma guys.
Okay.
And then my Lord of War is the Barbed Hierodule, which has 12 strength 10 shots, and I think they're AP. They might be AP3.
Yeah.
They're not AP2, but they might be AP3.
All right, 3,000 points. Tyranids. I kind of showed you the table a little bit. We're going to talk about the mission next. We've been kind of putting a couple little things together here to make it just a little bit more unique. All right, here we have a shot of the table after deployment. We have a lot of stuff in reserve. Matt's entire force is actually sitting off the table right now, which is kind of making us look a little thin. We have 6 Maelstrom objectives scattered around the table. We are going to be playing kind of a combined GT-style mission here. Primary objective for the team that scores it, or that actually accomplishes it, is going to be worth 5 points, and we're going to be doing Purge the Alien with that, so it's kill points. The side that has the most kill points gets 5 points right there. The Maelstrom missions, we're going to be actually using the Cities of Death mission cards for a change. The team that has the most Maelstrom points is going to get 3 points. And we're going to draw 2 every turn, and you can discard 1 at the end of the turn, just like always. Bless you. Then at Tertiary, we have First Blood, Linebreaker, and Slay the Warlord as well. So we have kind of a couple little blobs of bikers and some fire support over here. I have both my scout squads are holding the factory in the middle. Thunderfires are bolstering these little pieces of tank traps to give themselves a slightly better cover save. Vindicator right here, my Dreadnoughts over here. And we're just praying not to get shot off the board by that Hyrule in the first turn. Mike's got all his little guys over on this side. His gun line is hanging out behind the wall, getting some cover saves. Hive Tyranids getting ready to take off. And the Gene Stealers infiltrated into that building over there. Just kind of waited until after we deployed to decide where to put them. He does have a Lictor in the woods right there. And that's it. We're going to start. Mike actually the first turn unless we can seize. So, Jeff, you want to get a die out and try to seize on camera? Because it works every time.
Here we go.
And it does work! Oh, I can't believe it. All right, so we're actually going to take the first turn. We didn't roll to see if there's night fighting, though, so we'll roll to that as well and then get started. All right, top of turn 1. We drew 2 objectives that are going to be really hard for us to complete, but we couldn't discard them immediately because if they were possible. One of them we have to destroy in a unit that arrives by deep strike, so we got to wait for Mike's Dimech or whatever thing to come in. What's that called again? Dimacaron to come in its spore pod. So we get a point if we destroy that. The other one is destroy a flying monstrous creature, which we have the Hive Tyrant there, but that wasn't going to happen in 1 turn. So what happened was, after we seized, we got both our Stern Guard drop pods in. Matt's came back here and targeted the Malanthrope just to get rid of the extra cover shenanigans. There's night fighting, so everything was still getting better cover saves, which I think is what helped, especially over here. Mine came in and they spread out. My Librarian used the Sunburst Nova power, killed the Lictor, which was cool, gave us First Blood. And then a couple of the Gene Stealers died from that as well. And I really rolled badly with all my Combi Flamers and Flamers. I only killed about half the Gene Stealers and the Broodlord, so I'm still in trouble here. I got 2 Flamers left I can shoot, so maybe I'll survive some Overwatch, but I'm not happy about how that turned out. Jeff's bikes had the most epically bad rolling with his grav guns against the Turvagon. He got 1 hit, 1 stinking hit. With all of his grav gun shots against her, and I think she made her cover save just to make matters worse. I did drop 2 wounds off her with the missiles and the autocannons from my Dorado way in the back there. My Ironclad ran forward an inch. Scouts kind of took up a position in here just so they could shoot better. And that's it. Thunderfires dropped some of the Warriors as well as the Vindicator, but Mike is still pretty well intact. Losing the Lictor and the Malanthrope was not that bad in 1 turn. So we're going to move into Mike's turn 1 and try to weather the storm from that hero duel. Bottom of turn 1, Mike gets a little bit of vengeance. Hive Tyrant jumps right here in the middle and shoots my scouts, but because it's still night fighting and they have camo cloaks, they got a pretty good save and I made them all. Took 1 hull point off the Vindicator with the Exocrine. The Stern Guard back here got beat up pretty badly by the Warriors. And what else shot at them? Oh, the Termagants back there. Yep. And so the captain's got 2 wounds left. The Termagants failed their charge against him, though. And the Warriors did too. Wow, I missed that one. But he's still standing proud back here. The Gene Stealers are no more. They charged into all my Flamers and Combi Flamers. Managed to kill 2 of my guys with Combi Flamers before my Power Fist finished the last 2 off. And then over here, the Exocrine, or not the Exocrine, the Hyrule shot into the bike squad with the captain. All he had to do was kill the attack bike, and then the captain was going to be making strength 10 saves. So Larry. Jeff made his lookout sir rolls and was feeding them off to other guys. So I believe he lost the attack bike and 2 other bikers from that squad. Pretty brutal. But we're still holding strong. We're going to push forward, get the last or one of our drop pods in, see if our flyers come on, and then move into turn 2. Top of turn 1. You notice Hive Tyrant's not there. That's because Matt got both his Storm Talons in there, and we let him go first to shoot him out of the sky, and sure enough, that's what happened. Again, Mike rolled really poorly on his saves, though. Lots of 1s and 2s. That didn't help. My Dorado did absolutely nothing. He pinged off of cover saves and failed to wound everything. Matt's drop pod here scattered like crazy this way. My Dreadnought Ram, the Vindicator, looks like it killed some Termagants. The Warriors both got shot at by the Thunderfire cannons. I think they lost a grand total of 1. The Captain, down over here, shot at and charged that Exocrine, and they both are down to a single wound left. The Exocrine did 1 wound in Overwatch, and then Captain did 2 in combat with his Power Fist. These bikes charged the Hyrule and failed to hurt it with any of their attacks, and then lost 2 of their guys in return, but they're still good. Otherwise, that's it. Everything else is kind of just moving through the cover over this way. Bottom of turn 2 coming up, and Mike's got 3 things to roll for reserves. Let's see if they come in. Bottom of turn 2, Mike's Dimetrodon, whatever, Dimacaron came down here behind the Chapter Master and wasn't able to do anything against him, but the Exocrines finished off that bike squad, giving him another kill point. The Hyrule finished off the bike squad. He was fighting for another kill point. Where was the third one he got this turn? He got the 2 bike squads and something else. Something else died. Bike squad. We figured he got another kill point somewhere. We can't remember where. We'll figure it out. The Chrome. Oh, and the Captain. That's right. The Captain died in combat to that Exocrine as well. So that was 3 kill points. So the Harpy came in, shot a high wire missile over here, missed, and managed to snipe out the Plasma Gunner in that tack squad. The Warriors shot at, and the Termagants also shot at that tack squad, killing a couple more Marines. The Warriors then needed a 5 to get into combat and rolled a 4. The Termagants needed a 6 and got an 8, so they're actually in the fight. They lost a couple of the Termagants and none of the Marines died. I did actually Interceptor 4 of the 5 wounds off the Harpy with the Dorado, so he's making up for not doing anything last turn. And that's it. We're going to go into turn 3. Primary objective points, we have 6 for the Marines, and Mike has 5, so he's catching up with that. As far as secondary objectives with the Maelstrom missions, Mike secured objective 1 last turn, and we got 1 point for. What did we get a point for?
Monstrous creature.
Oh, no, killing a flying monstrous creature. So we are actually tied on secondary objectives, and we have first blood. Turn 3 coming up. Top of turn 3, Matt's last drop pod came in and almost scattered off the table. That would have been funny. They end up behind the Exocrines over here. Which, as you can see, one of them is dead. We dropped a couple more wounds off it with some shooting, and then I finished it off with my scouts, who are right here in the ruins. There we are. Matt's 2 Storm Talons ganged up on that last wound on the Harpy. Actually, I'm sorry, only one of them needed to do that. The other one shot at I think finished off the Exocrine, or did some wounds to the Exocrine, but it made most of its cover saves. My Stern Guard way over there took out the Spore Pod with the Power Fists in close combat. The bikes got tied up with the Hyrule. Gantz and the attack Marines are still fighting here, and my Dreadnought shot at, hit a whole bunch of times with a Heavy Flamer, killed 1 Warrior, and then charged in and killed 2 more with his Power Fists. And that's about it. The Vindicator shot, and I think it kind of scattered badly, and only managed to do. No, I'm sorry. Jeff again rolls lots of 1s when he goes to wound with his Vindicator. That's what it was. He rolled a couple 1s and a 2 and killed the Red Overseer. Killed the Warrior Prime that was sitting right there. And that's it. We're gonna move into bottom of turn 3. Mike's gonna see if his last flyer comes in, and we'll go from there. We did manage to grab a lot more victory points. We actually scored both of our cards this turn. I killed a unit that arrived from Deep Strike, and Matt had previously killed the Warlord, so we got some points there. So we are ahead in Maelstrom missions by, I believe, 2 points, and we grabbed 1 point, 2 points. That was it. Only 3 points this turn. 3 more points this turn to put us up 9-5 in primary objectives. Bottom of turn 3, Exocrine turned around, shot at with his blast, and we scattered off the table, and then charged those Marines. They're stuck in the fight. My Dreadnought finished off the Warriors. The Termagants here actually won the fight against the Marines, but the Marines held. The other Hive Crone came in, and knocked the assault cannons off of that Storm Talon with a Haywire Blast and killed 3 of my scouts with a Flamer. The big Dino and the Hierodule finished off all the bikers except for the captain, who made his hit and run check and is running this way. And that's it. So this big guy's going to get his consolidation move and move that way. Mike got a couple points for killing some units. We got a couple points for killing some units in combat as well. We're going to move into turn 4 and probably finish this thing up. All right, here we are. We're at after the top of turn 1, and we're going to call it because Mike is down to the Hive Crone, and his Exocrine, who was back there in combat, has a single wound. Everything else, maybe a handful of gaunts right here. Everything else has been removed from the table. It's dead. It took a lot of firepower to bring down the big Dino dude. My Stern Guard did a couple wounds. A couple wounds from the Storm Talons. My Scouts failed to do anything, so I had to use my my Dreadnought. The autocannons did a wound, the missiles did a wound, and he had 1 left, and I got the last one off with the heavy bolters. So he finally got taken out. Final score, I don't really have the final kill point totals. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't thinking of that, but we definitely got the primary objective and the secondary objectives through the cards. However, the 3 of us Space Marine players had kind of a side bet going before the game started to see which one of us would actually get the most points from this game. Jeff scored 3 points total. But he did kill the Hierodule, so we'll give him a bonus point for that. Yeah, we'll give him the bonus point for that Gargantuan. So he has 4. Matt got Slay the Warlord, Scour the Skies, and Kingslayer. He got 2 points from Kingslayer, so there's 4 points from cards. He got 3 kill points from killing 3 units, so that's 7 for him. I got First Blood. I also scored our counterattack card, and got Line Breaker as well. So I got 3 bonus points there, but I got 7 kill points worth of units, so I managed to come away with a 10-point victory over the other 2 Space Marine players. So the Star Phantoms carried the day for the Space Marines, if I do say so myself.
His part.
And we even talked about some of the tactics of kill sniping each other's models. Like when I knocked 4 wounds off the Hive Crone for you to finish off the next turn, I did the same thing right back to you with that Exocrine. My Scout with a heavy bolter took that last wound off. We had a lot of those shenanigans going on. We were doing things like I was trying to target both Exocrines with Thunderfire rounds just so I could wound both of them at once to try to take them both out so that Matt didn't have anybody left to charge with his captain. Goofy stuff like that was going on behind the scenes. But a lot of fun. I love this table. These tablescape tiles from Secret Weapon Miniatures are awesome, Mr. Justin. They're one of the coolest things that we think you've done. But that's it. Thanks again for watching, and goodbye, 6th edition Space Marines. Next time you see them, they're going to be in some really shenanigan-y, goofy formations with 3 Vindicators and 3 Dreadnoughts. Matt's already working together a list that's got how many Dreadnoughts? 18, we said?
Something dumb.
Because the supplements are still valid, so he can actually still use his Sons of Medusa as the Iron Warrior supplement, the Clan Raukon supplement, and get his Dreadnoughts as heavy support again. Because one of the weird things we noticed, no Masters of the Forge in this codex. Tech Marines are now the standard HQ in that regard. They don't unlock heavy supports, so that supplement still allows Matt to do it. So he can put technically 3 Dreadnoughts in each elite slot and 3 Dreadnoughts in each heavy slot. That's 18 Dreadnoughts in a standard CAD list. Crazy stuff. Anyway, we have, like I said, lots of thoughts, lots of things we were noticing about this new book, and we're getting real pumped about it. I was really kind of down on Space Marines for a little bit, but I'm starting to get excited about them again. Thanks again for watching.